Hey, welcome to today's code experiments. Today you're going to learn how to use Boolean operators. So far in the course, we have encountered comparison operators, which are things like greater than, so 3 is greater than 2, that's a comparison operator, or the opposite of that, or the equality operator, which is also a comparison operator. And we also learned math operators such as 3 plus 2 or 3 times 5, so multiplication, addition. All those are operators. Now, what are Boolean operators? Well, first of all, don't confuse Boolean operators with Boolean data type. Boolean data types are true and false. So just like we have strings, data types, we also have these data types, which are usually produced as an output of comparison operations. Now, what are Boolean operators? Well, let's look at our code, what we have so far. So, Boolean operators are used usually in conjunction with an if-elif-else block of code. So currently in the code, if we run it, the user can enter a new to-do item by typing add, followed by the to-do item itself. So for example, add get the car. Now, what if you wanted to also allow the user to enter new as an alternative to add? For example, new get the car. So in this case, you also want to add that get the car to-do item in the to-do list, just like you do when the user enters add. So you're just giving the user one more option how to add to-do items. Now the question is, how can you implement that in the code? So let's see how we can do that. To add items, to add new to-do items, this code is executed. So that code reads the existing file and appends the to-do that the user enters here in the list, and then writes that list in the file again. So we end up with a new updated to-do list. So this code is only executed if add is in user action. Now, what if we also want to allow new to be in the user action? Well, you can do that using the OR operator. And we say if add in user action or new, so the string new in user action. So now we have an if line with two optional or two OR conditions. So if one of these is true, this code will be executed. In other words, if the user has at least one of these, so either add or new, the code will be executed. So I'll run the code again. Try new get the car. We again get a new prompt. This time I want to show the to-do items, and get the car is added as the last to-do item successfully. So likewise, you could add more conditions here. For example, you add another OR operator and then followed by the condition. For example, maybe you want to allow the user to enter more, so if more in user action, and in that case, if the user enters more here by grocery and show, and we'll see that groceries, so by grocery is added in here. Anyway, I'll remove that because that's a bit too much. What if we had and? instead of that. So and is the next Boolean operator. And let's see how the code output will change with that. So again, I'll try new, fix the door, press enter. And in this case, we got this. Output command is not valid. That means else. So the code under else was executed. Which in other words means that this code was never executed. And that means this condition was never true. So if this is true, this selection here, if it is evaluated to true, then we get these executed. Otherwise, this selection here is not executed. And this was not evaluated to true because this text here didn't have add and new at the same time. So that selection is only evaluated to true when both add and new are in the user action. So that is not the case, and that is not what we want here. So or would make more sense. And the last operator that I'll introduce you is not, the not operator. And that is the negation of the in operator. So it negates the thing it has in front. In this case, it says if add is not in user action. So if I run this code now, and if I press add, fix the door, again it says command is not valid because this is evaluated to true only if add is not in that piece of text. In this case, add is there, therefore this is not evaluated true. So let's try the opposite. For example, hello, fix the door. Press enter, press show, and again we don't get any output. So this is what happened when we did that, hello, fix the door, then this was evaluated to true because add was not in that text. So these were executed and the text from the position 4 up to the end was added to the to-do list, as we can see here. And the same happened in here. So when the user entered show in here, and then the program again checks if add is not in user action, and in this text again add is not in that text. Therefore this code will be executed and elif will never be executed. So the interpreter will never reach the elif condition because this was evaluated to true when the user entered show. Right. So that was about Boolean operators. I'll just keep the code as it was. This is good enough. But that was just to show you some experiments, how the code changes, so you understand these kinds of operators as well. Now you are aware of these operators, and whenever you want to work on double conditions, you can use them. So thanks a lot, and I'll talk to you later.